This is Danny, and this is Destiny. Today's video is just a gameplay, but that's not the point of the video. You might have seen it in the title or the description, because I'm going to take the opportunity, while you watch this gameplay, to discuss my idea for a new game mode in the Crucible. And that game mode is called Legend. Now, don't misunderstand. This is not a new game mode that's coming out, or that has already come out. It's my idea for a game mode. Let me just say that right now. Okay, this isn't gonna happen. Don't be emailing Bungie and bothering about, hey, how come I haven't seen this on the playlist or anything? It hasn't come out yet. But anyway, let's get to the description. This is my idea. It's gonna be team-based, 6v6, like Control, but there won't be any imaginary control zones to disguise what Arctic likes to call, a glorified team slayer. It'll be more like a mixture of Clash and Skirmish with a dash of Call of Duty's Search and Destroy. I don't know if you guys have ever played Call of Duty, but if you have, you may be familiar with the Search and Destroy game type, where you pretty much, once you die, you're done until the next round. Except this isn't going to have rounds, okay? So why is it like Clash? Because it's team deathmatch. It's straight up, you're trying to kill the enemy, and you want to kill them more than they kill you. Sort of. We'll get to the sort of later. Skirmish. Why is it like Skirmish? Because you're allowed to revive your teammates. But that might not necessarily be something that you want to do. Why? We'll get to that later. Search and Destroy. Why? Because you don't respawn. I've already talked about that, but it's not going to be round based. Because you don't respawn until your whole team is dead. And then when your whole team is dead, guess what? Your whole team gets to spawn in the same spawn point. And you're a team of 6, kind of like you just spawned for the beginning of the map. Anyway, so why is this game mode called Legend? Well, I'll get to that in a bit. But first, let's talk about how you can score some points. Because that's what Destiny multiplayer is all about, is scoring points, right? And pretty much every game type is who scores the most points. Well, in this case, it's pretty standard. You get 100 points for a kill, just like normal. But, speaking of normal point scoring, when you do get a kill, you add 10 points if you get a headshot, you add 10 points for a grenade kill, 15 points for a heavy weapon kill, 25 points for a super kill, 25 points if you're using a vehicle, 75 points if you destroy a vehicle with the Guardian on it, right? Pretty basic, plus you always get your standard 50 points for an assist. And if you're shooting somebody, you get a kill, and 4 of your other teammates got damage on him, that's 200 points because they each get 50 points for the assist. Pretty basic stuff, right? These are all the ways that you can add, keyword add, to your score for each kill. So, why is the game called Legend? Well, I'll get to that very soon, I promise. But first, let's talk more about the Search and Destroy dynamic from Call of Duty. You're probably wondering, what kind of fun are you going to have if your team only has 2 guys left and the other team has a full squad? And you know what? You're right. When something like this happens, you're not in a very advantageous situation under normal circumstances. However, if you are the last person alive on your team and you get a kill, you get a 2x multiplier. And in this case, the key word is multiplier. Let that sink in. That's right. Whatever scoring combination you normally get for the kill, multiply it by 2. Let's do some math. 100 points for a kill. You got a super kill. We'll say 25 points. So you multiply it by 2. That's 250, right? Pretty basic. What if you kill a Guardian on a vehicle with your grenade? You get 200 points for that. Multiply it by 2, you get 400 points. Okay, so now we're talking. Well, that's not where it ends. Because if you kill another enemy while you're still the last remaining person alive on your team, you kill one more enemy, your multiplier is 3. And this can go on and on and on. As long as you can stay in beast mode, you'll continue to get these multipliers. But we're going to go ahead and cap the multiplier at 5. Okay? So after your 4th person that you kill, and then on, it's all multiplied by 5. Multiplied by 5. But as you can imagine, that can be something that is very dynamic to how you're scoring in the game. As you can probably imagine. Because we're talking about multipliers now. Another thing. For every kill that you earn as the last player on your team, you're going to earn a medal. And I haven't really put much thought into what that medal should be called or what it should look like. So we're just going to go with upset. The medal's going to be called upset and probably have like a troll face on it or something. Like, haha, you guys thought you had the upper advantage, but I killed you anyway. Upset. So, why is the game mode called Legend? Relax. I'll get to that shortly. But first, let's talk about how to win. Okay? Again, with any other game mode, you win by reaching a predetermined scoring plateau, or in some rare cases, like if you're playing on First Light or Sky Shock and it's a really large map and everybody's just camping around, when the time runs out, the team with the most points is going to get the win. Now, I really have no idea what the scoring cap should be for this game because, to be honest, it would be very hard to figure out something like that. Because of the multipliers, the scoring could be vastly different between map to map. A solution to this could be to change the way the match ends. So like normal, if time expires, the team with the most points wins. Cool. But an alternate way to the scoring cap could be once a team has achieved a certain point differential from the other team, the map ends and that team wins. Right? So for example, you have to win by 5,000 points, or whoever has the most points after 7 minutes wins the match. Piece of cake, right? So I have very, very little experience in video game design. I did some music for some guys doing some indie games a long time ago, but that's about it. So I'll be trusting the good folks at Bungie to figure out the details, and that's assuming that they decide to implement my amazing idea for a new game mode. But seriously, Danny, what's with the name of the game mode? Why is it called Legend? Well, loyal YouTube viewers, I'll get to that soon. And when I say soon, I mean right now. If you manage to attain the 5x multiplier, you will get the Legend medal. The Legend medal. Why? When your team fell to the enemy, when the odds were stacked against you, when everyone thought you would go quietly into the night, when your team needed you the most, you stepped up to the plate and knocked it out of the park. You turned the tables on an enemy that thought it had the upper hand. You took their motivation and momentum and shoved it down their throats. You, sir, became Legend. And your performance not only gave your team a new reason to fight, but you ground the will and motivation of the enemy team into the dirt. So there you go. That's my idea for a new Crucible game mode. It's called Legend. I hope you enjoyed the video today. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Adios.